Ugonna's pregnancy seemed to stretch on far longer than expected. Doctors were baffled by her condition, unable to explain why her pregnancy seemed to be lasting so much longer than usual. Once upon a time in Omalo village, there lived a woman named Ugonna. Ugonna was a kind, gentle, and a lovely lady. She had always dreamed of finding true love and starting a family of her own. One sunny day, as she was walking through the village market, she met a kind-hearted man whose name was Nnaife. Ugonna and Nnaife instantly felt a connection, and before long they got married. Their wedding day was a celebration of love and happiness. Surrounded by friends and family who wished them well, Ugonna glowed with joy as she walked down the aisle, knowing that she was about to embark on a new chapter of her life with the man she adored. Shortly after their wedding, Ugonna became pregnant. Nnaife, on finding out about her pregnancy, was overjoyed. As the months passed, Ugonna and Nnaife eagerly anticipated the arrival of their first child. But as time went on, Ugonna's pregnancy seemed to stretch on far longer than expected. Doctors were baffled by her condition, unable to explain why her pregnancy seemed to be lasting so much longer than usual. Ugonna and Nnaife, despite the uncertainty, remained hopeful and supportive to each other. They cherished each moment together, eagerly awaiting the day when they would finally meet their child. After 2 years of waiting to hold their child in their arms and nothing happened, Nnaife embarked on a journey to seek out solutions. He traveled far and wide to consult with healers, wise women, and spiritual guides. In his quest for answers, Nnaife encountered numerous charlatans and false prophets who promised easy solutions but offered no real help. One of the prophets told Nnaife that a guest on their wedding day had given them a gift dedicated to a shrine, where the guest had gone to tie up Ugonna's womb in order to make her barren. But since the charm could not work and Ugonna took in, the guest went back to the shrine to make her carry the baby in her womb unborn for as long as she lived. The prophet gave him some solutions to the problem. He also gave him concussions for Ugonna to drink so she could go into labor and bear her child safely. Nnaife was overwhelmed, thinking he has found a solution to the devious situation they had found themselves in. Nnaife, filled with a renewed hope, quickly went home and implied all he had been told. And after a few weeks, the problem persisted as Ugonna could not still bear her child. Ugonna felt discouraged about looking for solutions, but her husband Nnaife refused to give up hope, and so he continued his search. One day, his friend took him to see an old wise woman named Akonna. Akonna listened intently to Nnaife's story, with her eyes filled with compassion and understanding. After a moment of deep contemplation, Akonna told him that his wife's journey has been long and fraught with hardship. She told him not to fear, for the answer lies not in spells or curses but within their own hearts. Nnaife was puzzled by Akonna's words, but felt a sense of reassurance. Akonna went on to explain that sometimes the challenges one faces are not caused by external forces, but by one's own fears and doubts. She encouraged Nnaife to tell his wife to trust in herself and in the love she shared with him, for it is the strongest magic of all. With Akonna's guidance, Nnaife began to see things more clearly. He returned home with a newfound sense of clarity and purpose. The situation Ugonna found herself in was undoubtedly challenging and emotionally taxing. Enduring a 3-year pregnancy without giving birth affected both her physical and mental well-being. Each time Ugonna walked past people, they taunted and made mockery of her. Some people said she was cursed. The hurtful words reminded her of her struggle and added to the burden she carried every day. Ugonna tried her best to remain strong and resilient, but the weight of the ridicule wore her down, leaving her feeling isolated and alone. However, her faith and the love and support of her husband Nnaife remained steadfast. Together they weathered the storm, leaning on each other for strength and encouragement. 3 long years passed, and finally one rainy evening, Ugonna went into labor. Nnaife held her hand tightly as they rushed to the hospital. With a mix of excitement and nervousness, after a long and difficult labor, Ugonna gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. Their daughter was healthy and perfect in every way. Ugonna and Nnaife were overwhelmed with love and gratitude as they held her for the first time. Though their journey to parenthood had been unconventional and filled with challenges, they knew that their love and devotion had carried them through. As they looked into their daughter's eyes, they knew that she was worth every moment of waiting and every trial they had faced along the way. And so, with their precious daughter in their arms, Ugonna and Nnaife began their new life as a family, filled with boundless love, laughter, and the promise of many happy experiences together. Their daughter grew into a beautiful young lady, caring for her parents and her other siblings. Those who witnessed the hassles that came with her pregnancy waved their hands to the heavens each time they came in contact with her, calling her a blessed child.